Good morning. My name is Gunam Gonela, a student here in Boston City campus. Today I'm gathering public opinions for an article on South Africa's Government of National Unity. I'll be interviewing two people to explore how the GNU is being received and whether it's making any difference. Your voice is actually important for the story. Hi, sir. This is my first interviewee. Excuse me, sorry. This is my first interviewee. Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good, and you, Mama.
Can you please tell? I'm good, thank you. Can you please tell me your name and what you do?
So, my name is Letaba Mhlambi, and I'm also a student here by Boston City campus. I major in television and radio. So, yeah.
Okay, nice. Let's get into it. So, what comes to your mind when you hear the term Government of National Unity, and how does it make you feel?
To be honest, I'm kind of disappointed that it took 30 years of democracy to actually be where we at, and we were supposed to be in a bigger space, hence by like meaning educational wise, structure wise, and socially and environmental wise. So instead of like the government of unity to actually do all that, it managed to divide even more when it's actually together.
Okay, so that's how you're feeling. Okay. Do you think different parties in the GNU work together, and do you see any improvement on how the government handles things since the 2024 elections?
To be honest, I would say there is progression but not improvement. Like, and they fighting amongst each other instead of working. It's like kids in school, Balwela playground, fighting for the playground.
Okay, okay. Do you think the GNU can actually overcome obstacles such as poverty, unemployment, and corruption, and why?
To be honest, yes, it can if it worked together. Because one thing I realized, the parties that are inside the GNU actually have different strength. Like hence, like one can work properly at what you call at correctional. The other one education. Even though they're doing that, because they're not working together, it's not actually showing any effort or like improvement. If you can understand what I'm saying.
Okay, I get you. Have you seen any changes in the economy, and do you think the GNU fulfilled their promises or are yet to fulfill their promises? Do you think they actually like delivered what they promised?
To be honest, there are some progressions in some parts of the sector, but other than that, I actually don't see
Things
any
like what?
Corruption is actually being exposed more.
Okay.
And correctional facilities. Sorry, not bad. In prisons, the minister of what you call correctionals actually is doing what he needs to do.
Okay.
The minister of creative arts is also doing what needs to be done. So yeah, there is.
Okay. Do you think citizens can hold the GNU accountable for its promises? If so, how? And if not, why do you think so?
To be honest, yes, they can. And can you please read the question again?
Do you think citizens can hold the GNU accountable for its promises?
Yes, it can. And by doing so, they can do that by voting. Guys, voting is key. We can never like always complain and not do anything about it. So for the only way for us to hold them accountable is to always shift the power and don't make them feel comfortable.
Okay. What is the difference between the first GNU and the second GNU?
The first one lasted actually for a short period of time because the first GNU happened after 1994.
Yeah.
With the MP and ANC.
Yeah.
but since the MP didn't, their ideology didn't work together with the ANC, it didn't work out. So if this one they work on their ideologies, they say not one comes with his, one comes with. They can do that, but they can brainstorm.
Okay. Okay. Do you trust the GNU to put the citizens' needs above the party politics, and why?
If they work on their petty arguments, I feel like yeah, they can.
Why?
Because I feel like we're powerful when we're together instead of like fighting. So since we are fighting amongst ourselves, the government is fighting amongst themselves. That's why we will never become equal.
Okay. Great. What do you hope the GNU will achieve in like the upcoming years, maybe in 5 years?
Economical stability.
Okay.
Also work on education. I feel like education is key. And if like the government prioritize that, they say they are, but they are not, low key. But if they work on that, I feel like that'll be very, very
How about
good.
employment?
Employment. The government, I feel like they promise people employment, but they can never create jobs unless like the school system is working properly. Because remember, for you to get a job, you have to be like educated, and we don't need you to go be a cashier. We need you to start a business so you can employ, other people. So businesses, basically, I feel like here in South Africa would only work if we start creating more jobs.
Okay. Do you like have faith in the government for that maybe they will change, they will
Yes,
fulfill
I
their
do.
promises
Actually,
sometime?
I do. Because the GNU, bro, like I said, it's a powerful group of parties. If they work together, like we'll be actually the first world war, like we'll be a superpower here in Africa.
Okay, great. Last question. Do you think our leaders are doing something about crime, since it is the biggest challenges we're facing in South Africa?
Now, since
Why?
sorry for cutting,
Not bad.
but now since they are exposing corrupt officials, I feel like yes, we're actually stepping into a proper, journey. And now since we're also helping fight gender-based violence, I feel like it's also gonna implement and like make the fight even more heard or seen.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
This is my second interview with a friend of mine. Hi, lady. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, and you,
I'm
friend?
good, thank you. So what's your name? What do you do?
Hi guys, my name is Nadiri Sinatre. I'm actually a Boston student. I'm not only a Boston student, but I'm also a friend to Kungao.
Yeah.
I study media. I want to major in radio and double major in journalism.
That's good. Okay. Do you think politicians are transparent to the public, and why?
I don't think so. Reason being is because of the amount of corruption that's happening in our country. So I think that's why I feel like they're not necessarily transparent. Also seeing how, like our previous friend said, Oguti did. I'm so sorry guys for my minute. That there's been like a lot of, exposure, people being held accountable, so things that have been done in secret, now they're sort of coming to light. Yes, so yeah.
Okay. According to you, what do you think has changed from the first GNU and the second GNU? Has there been any improvement?
Oh my god. Has there been any improvement between the first GNU and the second GNU? I mean, besides the fact that the first GNU, the whole point of the first GNU happening was, for fairness, equality,
Yes.
and
Freedom.
bringing our country together.
Yeah.
There has been difference. I think there is some sort of equality. I think to a certain extent, though, not completely, because I know in South Africa we live in a country where there are places that are segregated. So that doesn't mean there is equality, you know. So it has changed. I don't know if I answered your question. I don't know if
I think you did.
I did. So the second one, I just think now they're trying to fix, develop our country more.
Yes. In your own words, in your own opinion, actually, do you think the GNU has brought South Africans closer politically or socially?
I think they have brought South Africans somehow closer politically, simply because of we have seen the amount of corruption happening here, and we are frustrated about the same things, the same party. No, actually, okay. Now I'm having arguments in my head.
Speak.
Yeah, I also think it hasn't brought us closer that much.
Why do you say so?
Because I look at the elections, for example. People go back and forth, especially South Africans. We go back and forth about which party is the right party. Oh, you guys didn't vote for this party. Oh, you guys didn't vote for. So we thought we thought we were together. So somehow. Yeah, I think
not really. Okay.
Not really. Yeah. Now that I think of it,
but it's more political.
It's more political.
Okay. Do you think the GNU is necessary for South Africa, and why?
I feel like it would be. It's a bit too soon. I mean, the whole idea of the GNU being formed is it's a good idea, but because I haven't seen so much progress like in a while, I feel like it would be better if it's a bit too early for me to say. I mean, yes, it's been 12 months, but I'm hoping and crossing fingers that there is progress and there is some development and there is change and less corruption. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on how the current president of South Africa is handling leadership under this union system?
Ooh, that's a tricky question, but I think I do understand your question, but if you ask me, I think Repeat it.
What are your thoughts on how the current president is handling leadership under this union system, under this coalition system?
I think, I think I stopped, my bad guys, I stopped believing, not completely, but I stopped believing in our president a bit more when, I would see the people he would appoint to be leaders, you understand, in different departments. So I just think when it comes to making decisions, appointing people in certain departments, it's not the best. I don't think I don't understand it, and I think a lot of South Africans, from what I've seen, they don't necessarily agree with how it is.
Of course.
Yes.
How do you think the GNU should prioritize its politics?
I'm sorry guys, I feel like I don't know English. How do I think it should prioritize its politics?
Yes.
I think I get the whole point of the GNU, being together, it's to, since the ANC has lost votes and all these other parties haven't had votes, I think moving forward they should be more on the same page than ever. They should work together. They should understand each other and do what's best for the country and not for their pockets.
Okay. Yeah. On that note, some say union politics slow down decision making. What do you think about that? Is it true, and why?
I kind of do agree because of it says union politics slow down decision making, right?
Yes.
Yes. Everyone is opinionated. people. So for instance, I'm so sorry. So for instance, yeah, I'm thinking of the EFF right now. They didn't want to join the GNU simply because of their ideologies and the way they do things. They just didn't want to be in the same group rather as that other party.
Yes.
You understand? Because they don't share the same values. And I think it's more of a thing of these ones think they know better than these ones, and they're not thinking about what are we here for, the main reason, the main objective. You know, the whole point of actually being here is to develop our country. It's for the country and not for us or what we think we know. So I think that's what delays the decision making.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah,
Nervous.
If you could advise the GNU leaders, what would your advice be?
I would advise them to focus more on creating jobs, infrastructure, investing more money in, police services. Let me tell you why I think so. I know people are probably thinking, oh, but we play text. Guys, listen to what I'm saying. I had this conversation with a friend the other day, and I think it's really, he was kind of right. I agreed with him. We look at places like America and other countries.
Yes.
There are police everywhere. That way, crime is a bit low. You understand? There's a decrease when it comes to crime. There are polices in street corners raiding all the time. And I think crime.
Don't you think police here do that?
Not all the time.
I think they do. They do raid.
I haven't seen them like that. I think they do, but I think in other countries maybe they make it more. They take it a bit more serious. But okay, I think more job creations. I think more job creations would lessen crime and poverty. And they should focus more on South Africa. Because I'm just.
What lessons do you think South Africans have learned from the first GNU and that can be applied to the second GNU?
South Africans specifically, or the leaders of the country?
South Africans. The citizens. No, the leaders actually, you're right.
The leaders, but also
sorry,
South Africans.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Let's just
I just think the leaders, I still kind of do have a problem with this whole segregation happening. I remember I saw an interview of this other woman, very well known. She was being interviewed, and they did mention about Cape Town being segregated. You understand? There's a certain color of people in this area and a certain color of people in this area, and I just think they should learn how things were done back then in 1994 to 1997. They could learn a thing or two, bringing people together
how to
unite people.
Okay.
I don't know. People should just vote more and vote correctly and you understand?
But how do you know that it's correct?
Because now you've seen the people in power now, how they run things. Now try someone else. Try someone who's advocating for, better, who's actively doing something. You understand? We've seen how our current leaders have been moving, and how things have been unfolding and who got caught and whatever. We've seen that. So let's change that. Let's vote for another party. Because majority of the people who get caught are in this particular party. Why not vote for the other party? I think that could change how we do things.
Okay, last question. Do you think...
Oh, I thought that was the last question.
I said 2 more questions. So So the last question: do you think? What do you think about our current president's decisions? Sorry, on appointing the people he chose to lead departments such as health, police, and education, and etc.
Listen, you know, when it comes to that one, I'm not very happy simply because I look at the minister of, I'm so sorry, no shade. I look at the minister of health. The guy probably doesn't have a degree in, you know,
How sure?
a doctor. People, there's research. People have, you know, South Africans, we talk about it. This person doesn't know anything about being a doctor. The minister of education was Angie. Where is she now? Where did they appoint her? You understand? It just it doesn't make sense though. If I could also, like, you know, broaden this, I just think also, like, in South Africa, I think the problem with our leaders, they are very, I wouldn't say self-centered, né? But they are greedy, guys. We are the future, you know, the youth, we are the future.
Yes.
You know,
Give the youth
give us chances, you know,
yes.
mentor us, teach us about, you know, this country. Let us work in parliament. Our parliament is a circus. There's always things happening in the parliament, and there's always, you know, old people arguing about the same things and not doing something about it.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think maybe if they could change people and be a bit more open-minded about certain things would be a bit better in South Africa.
Okay. Thank you, Naledi. It was nice having you. Have a good day. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.